Alright guys, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are discussing indices and this is a very hot topic for ad math students, O-level math. Okay, and also in general for good to know for O-level math and IGCSE math students. Nevertheless, for A-level math, it's compulsory over there. Okay, so for example, if we have this, so first of all, terminologies. This we call as base and this we call index, right? And the plural, this is singular index and it means power or exponent. But the same thing can be said as indices and that will be its plural. So hence the name of this particular topic here, indices comes from index, which is power or exponent of any base. Base can be algebraic or um, numeric, doesn't matter, right? But we will look at certain laws of indices first in order to keep going. Okay, so first up we have this. For example, if we are to discuss the laws, the very first one would be if you have, for example, okay, so if you have this one, so you would say if you have a base A and it has an index M and another one which has the same base A but the index is different, so you can simply add the two indices over here, right? So this is how you are going to deal with them. If you have a division process for the same thing, so you are simply going to subtract them. Okay, by division I mean it can be written in the fraction form as well, so same treatment. Okay, now when I go to the third rule or law, it talks about an index over another index, which I like to call as further indices. So if you have further indices, you can just multiply them, that's it, and you are good to go. You can note that in each one of them we are writing the base only once, and it really simplifies the equation or the expression. Okay, another one, if you have a negative index, so you can turn it into positive by shifting it from numerator to denominator or vice versa. For example, if you had something like this, let's suppose you had something like this. So you can clearly write it like this, right? So the negative one goes to the numerator and becomes positive, and no need to write one if the uh, you can say if this is one, right? Okay, so this is it. Let's see one more for today, and that one is if you have a zero index, anything raised to the index 0 is always 1. Okay, and why is that? For example, if you have 3 cubed, that would be 27, but if you decrease the index, so you have to divide it by 3 to get your answer 9, and then you again have to divide by 3 to get your answer 3, and in order to get 0 index you again have to divide your answer by 3, so you would get 1. So that's why any base raised to the index 0 is 1. Okay, let's come to questions, right? Okay, questions time, and we will do some practice over here. Okay, so first up, this is part A, and we are going to solve it. I always advise you to think of some hint. Okay, if you have a hint over here, anything that you can think of, so just take it over there. Think of a target base, right? So this will serve as a hint. Think of a target base, right? Oh, in this question, I can think of target base as 3 because 3 is a prime number. It cannot be further broken down, and I can clearly see a 3 here and a 3 here. Okay, so these type of questions I call showpiece questions, in which the right hand side is just a showpiece. So you can just copy the right hand side. This is a showpiece actually. Okay, this is acting as nothing but a showpiece. So you can just simply keep it like that. Okay, with regards to the other one, you can simply express 9 as 3 squared, and then you will have this rule applied here of indices where you can multiply the two indices. So 2 times 2 will be 4, and now you can apply another rule of indices. In fact, you can apply the first rule and simplify the bases. If the bases are same, you can add the indices. So you are good to go with this. Once you reach this particular step, students, you can cancel out the bases and equate the indices. So you will have your answer like this. That would be your final answer for part A. Okay, for part B, we have this question here, and it is asking us to